Hi, I'm Miss Lauren with the UGA Extension Wayne County 4-H program. Welcome to Turtle Yoga Session 1, Loggerhead Sea Turtles. Today, we are doing turtle yoga on a beautiful beach on Jekyll Island, Georgia, where we can find excellent nesting habitat for our loggerhead sea turtles. Loggerhead sea turtles are aquatic, which means they spend their entire lives in the ocean except when they are mothers nesting or babies hatching on the beach. Their arms and legs are adapted as flattened flippers that help them glide and maneuver through the water quickly and gracefully, but are very hard to walk with on land. Their shells are also more flattened than other types of turtles to give them a more hydrodynamic or streamlined shape to move more easily through the water. This means they don't have any room to go inside their shells like some other turtles do. Loggerhead turtle eggs are only the size of a ping pong ball, and the hatchlings can fit in the palm of your hand. But these little guys can grow up to be over 4 feet long and weigh up to 400 pounds or more. Some of their favorite prey items are crunchy crustaceans such as crabs, shrimp, and sea snails. You might even like to eat some of the same seafood that these turtles do. Check out that blue crab over there. Sea turtles face both natural and human threats to their survival. While natural threats include any predators that may eat the eggs or smaller turtles, unfortunately, the biggest threat to sea turtle survival is humans. Boat collisions and pollution are some of the most common reasons sea turtles are injured or killed. However, we can easily help reduce these threats by reducing boating speed, throwing away trash and litter, and recycling. Lastly, the name loggerhead comes from the turtle's unusually large skull and powerful crushing jaws that they use to eat those crunchy, hard crab shells. Loggerheads are also the most common sea turtle that nests in the state of Georgia, and they are listed as an endangered species in many parts of the world. Sea turtles play an important role in our oceans by helping to maintain balance in the food web. We are doing yoga today because yoga is a great way to do physical activity. It has been shown to help with managing stress and relaxation. Children should get at least 60 minutes of exercise every day. Being outside is shown to improve concentration and mood. In addition to those benefits, being outside increases exposure to sunlight, which will create vitamin D in the body to strengthen bones. Before we get started, let's go over some important safety tips and reminders. Always warm up the body first. A warm-up will increase your heart rate, which will increase the amount of blood, oxygen, and nutrients going to the muscles and decrease the risk of injury. For the first few minutes of the routine, we will focus on light movements and avoid holding stretches longer than a few seconds. Stay within your limits by choosing poses matching your fitness level. Some poses require more strength and flexibility than others. Start with basic poses. Listen to and respect your body. If a pose feels painful, stop doing it. Gradually increase intensity. Start by holding basic poses longer to build strength and stamina before further extending the pose or trying a more difficult pose. Remember, yoga is not a competition, so avoid comparing yourself to others around you. Keep knees and elbows loose or slightly bent and keep your joints in proper alignment. Move slowly and avoid bouncing or jerking into poses. Remember to breathe through each pose. Wear comfortable clothing that you can move easily in and will keep you covered. Now, let's start our routine. Let's start in mountain pose by standing with arms out but close to your side with palms facing forward. Raise your arms overhead with palms facing inward. Lean from the waist to the left, then to the right for swaying tree, then back to center. Slowly bend forward, keeping your knees soft. Your hands don't have to touch the floor. Stand up slowly back to mountain pose, then raise your arms overhead again for swaying tree to the left and right. Come back to center and bend forward again, remembering to keep your knees soft. Then lower your bottom to move into frog pose with knees pointed outward and arms between your legs. Then leap into the air and land gently back into frog position. Leap 2 more times. Move into tabletop on your hands and knees with your back flat like a table. Sit back onto your knees from tabletop and hold your arms out. Then gently lean back, then forward, and come back to tabletop. Now round your back toward the sky and tuck your chin into your chest for cat pose. Then lift your chest and chin for cow pose and repeat. Now sit back on your heels and fold forward into child's pose. Now let's begin our main routine by transitioning back into tabletop. Inhale into cow pose and exhale into cat pose. Repeat the cow and cat sequence 1 to 3 times and then return back to tabletop. Now inhale, raise your right arm and left leg into bird dog. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Release back into tabletop and repeat on the other side. Raise your left arm and right leg into bird dog and hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Now return to tabletop and exhale. Inhale and step your feet back into plank. Hold plank for 1 to 3 breaths. Then return to tabletop. Now exhale and lower your body to the floor. Inhale and extend your arms and lift your torso into cobra and hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Now exhale, lift your hips up and back into down dog. Hold down dog for 1 to 3 breaths. Now inhale, lower your hips and shift your weight forward into plank. Hold plank again for 1 to 3 breaths. Then exhale, lower down to tabletop, then onto your forearms for dolphin plank. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Then exhale, lift your hips up and back into dolphin. Hold dolphin for 1 to 3 breaths. Inhale and lower your hips and shift your weight forward back into dolphin plank. Hold dolphin plank again for 1 to 3 breaths. Then exhale slowly and lower your body to the floor. Inhale, extend your arms and lift your torso into cobra and hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale, lift your hips and back up into down dog. Hold down dog for 1 to 3 breaths. From down dog, exhale and bring your right knee forward and lower into pigeon. Hold pigeon for 1 to 3 breaths. Now inhale, lift your hips up and back and step your right foot back into down dog. Exhale, bring your left knee forward and lower into pigeon. Hold pigeon for 1 to 3 breaths. Now inhale, lower your hips and shift your weight forward into plank. Hold plank for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale, then lower into tabletop. Inhale, raise your torso and stand on your knees. Then place your hands on your lower back. Exhale. Lower your right hand to your right heel and raise your left hand overhead for half camel. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Inhale, stand on your knees, and repeat on the other side. Now exhale, back to standing on your knees. Lower both hands to your heels one at a time into camel. If this is too challenging, place your hands on your lower back and hold for 1 breath. Inhale and stand on your knees. Exhale, sit back on your heels and fold forward into child's pose. Hold child's pose for 3 breaths. Inhale, stand on your knees. Exhale, back into tabletop. Inhale, stand on your knees. Exhale, place your right hand on the floor under your shoulder. Inhale, extend your left leg out to the side and raise your left arm overhead. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths in side plank. To make this more challenging, you can also extend your right leg to meet your left leg for side plank, or you can stay where you are. Now inhale, stand on your knees, and repeat on the other side. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths in side plank. Now exhale and lower into tabletop. Inhale, step your feet back into plank. Hold plank for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale. From plank pose, lower into tabletop. Inhale. Raise your torso and sit back on your heels into hero pose. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale. Extend your legs forward. Hold staff pose for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale. Fold forward from the hips and reach toward your feet for seated forward fold. For an extra challenge, touch your toes for river pose. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Inhale, sit up and place your feet flat on the floor. Exhale. Raise your legs into half boat. Hold for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale, lower your feet and lay on your back. Inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. Hold bridge pose for 1 to 3 breaths. Exhale. Straighten your legs and bring your arms to your side for chill pose. Relax and lay still for several breaths. As you settle down into your relaxation pose, let the ground support the weight of your body. Slowly breathe in. Feel your stomach expand and rise as you fill your lungs with air. Slowly exhale. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Notice your breath with every inhale and exhale. Start to relax your feet, your ankles, and your calves. Slowly move up your legs and begin to relax your knees and thighs. Relax your hips. Begin to relax your back, your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Relax your stomach. Relax your chest. Relax your hands and arms. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and your head. Let your body melt into the floor. Feel the tension leave your muscles with every exhale. Pledge your head to clearer thinking. Open it to think, to plan, and to reason. Pledge your heart to greater loyalty. Open it to be kind, to be true, and to be sympathetic. Pledge your hands to larger service. Enable them to be useful, to be helpful, and to be skillful. Pledge your health to better living. Prepare it to resist disease, to enjoy life, and to be efficient. Pledge to your club. Pledge to your community. Pledge to your country. Pledge to your world. Focus on your breathing and draw on your inner strength. Tell yourself that you are strong. Tell yourself that you are loved. Trust yourself and be at peace. You are confident. You are capable. You are your own unique self. You are special, creative, and wonderful. Congratulations! You just completed Yoga for Turtles Session 1. Before we leave the beach today, let's take a quick look at a loggerhead sea turtle nest that was right next door to our yoga session. Here above the high tide line where our sea turtles like to nest, we can find nest number 68 that was laid on June 16th here on Jekyll Island. All sea turtle nests on Jekyll Island are clearly marked with a sign so that visitors know not to disturb the incubating eggs. They're also covered with this plastic mesh to help protect the eggs and the future hatchlings from any predators that might try to dig into the nest. As we wrap up today's session, let's take a little advice from our loggerhead sea turtles and remember that even when our seas get rough, just keep swimming. And even though our dreams or goals may start small, big things can happen as we learn and grow. Hope to see you for session number 2 next week.